Hey guys, Sauron here, and this week I wanted to talk a little bit about the hero from Dragon Quest. Hence why, Sauron takes on the hero. Now, Dragon Quest is a very interesting RPG series. It's been around for, hell, longer than Final Fantasy even. So, I'm not really surprised that the guy from Dragon Quest got on here per se, but my personal history with Dragon Quest is, I know about it. That's all I got. Now, I'm not one of those guys to be like, oh man, they could have put in anybody else and blah blah blah. They could have had this person and that person. No. Personally, I think Dragon Quest has a long enough legacy to kind of be here. I mean, it makes perfect sense. The fact that this is one of the most popular JRPG series in Japan is just insane. I mean, they love Dragon Quest. They really do. And I do believe that this is more of a pick for Japan than it is for the United States or, maybe some other countries as well. But it's not like they haven't used characters on Smash Brothers to advertise, and it's not as if Dragon Quest isn't a thing on the U.S. soil by any means. It's just one of those things where it's definitely more popular in Japan than it is here. It's a bit obscure here, actually. But that being said, I've been aware of Dragon Quest for a long while, and again, I'm not really shocked that there's some representation here. Honestly, I thought we were going to get representation of Dragon Quest long before we got anything from Final Fantasy. Particularly anything from Final Fantasy VII. But that's just me. As for his play style, I don't mind it too much. I don't much care for his sword play. It's a lot closer range than I expect it to be, given how big the character typically is. But it isn't bad either. It's just one of those things that I'm not used to the range, and it's just kind of awkward to me. But I love his special attacks. His special attacks are so fun to mess around with. You have his down B, which can alter his spells completely. You have B and side B, which has fire and electric attacks. They're awesome. They're fun to play with. I'm not really good with them per se, particularly his down B. I'm not good enough with his down B to actually utilize it. A lot of people think that he could totally be broken, and I suppose if you know how to manipulate the down B well enough, yeah, he could totally be broken. You still gotta watch that MP gauge, because you can't just abuse that crap, but yeah, I could see how he could be broken per se, and it looks that way. But I can also see how they made him fair as well. Because again, you can't really abuse the spells. And the stronger the spell, the more MP he uses. So if you don't have MP, you don't have a third jump, which really sucks. If you don't have MP, you can charge up some of your B moves, but you can't really use them. And his standard B move is so strong that I almost prefer that over his the long list of spells from his down B area. Not only that, but you have to be able to read it and attack quickly. Some of those spells are really close range, and it's kind of difficult to read all that while waiting for an opponent to come up to you so you can actually use one of the long range ones. It's hard to aim because it takes that much longer to perform. But he's still kind of fun to mess around with. I think he's a really interesting character, and I'm glad he's there. He's also drawn by Akira Toriyama. A lot of people make the jokes that, oh yeah, he looks like Goku, and that guy looks like Trunks. So that's because it's the same artist who draws Goku and Trunks. Realistically, if all you guys who wanted Goku should be really happy about this, because Akira Toriyama's work, his art style, is now in Smash Brothers. It's not exactly Goku, but hey, why not? I would hazard a guess and say that this is probably the closest we're going to get to seeing anime characters in Smash Brothers. And I'm okay with that. Like, no offense to anime fans, I'm a huge anime fan. I just don't see it with a lot of these characters. Final Fantasy has animes out, but they start as a game series first. So, that I want game series first to come in there. I wouldn't mind some anime characters being in there, but I would prefer to just have, like, straight up gaming characters only in there kind of thing. I think Dragon Quest is at an anime or two as well, but what do I know? That being said, this wasn't the only way for us to get Akira Toriyama's work in there. We have Chrono... the hell was it? Chrono Crusade? Chrono Cross? There's an anime with the name Chrono in it, and then there's 2 games with the name Chrono in it, and I keep getting all of those mixed up. I'm not the biggest Chrono fan, sorry guys, but yeah, Akira Toriyama actually works for that video game franchise as well. That's also Square Enix. They could have totally used that and been like, yeah, the best RPG from the SNES days, here you go. But I can't blame him for doing Dragon Quest either. I like his spirit battles. The fact that his spirits can, the Dragon Quest spirits can turn into bigger monsters is kind of cool. Because none of the spirits from Persona could do that. So there's a lot of spirits that can level up like from 99 and then turn into something bigger and better, and that's cool. I like that. That's neat to me. His classic mode is kind of interesting as well. It just kind of goes through like all the other Dragon Quest characters. There's some subtle references that I don't get, but I kind of get. Like, one of the Dragon Quest characters has a mouse in his pocket, and then what a coincidence, in classic mode, he fights you with Pikachu. Huh. Yeah, I kind of catch on to that. The main default costume, the guy from Dragon Quest 11, I think they literally just call him 11, he fights with Robin, but smaller, and she's like wearing red and stuff like that. That's obviously one of the party members for Dragon Quest 11. I've seen her around a couple times in the advertisements, so I do know where she comes from. I'm not stupid. That, and I fought her in the damn spirit battle. Which, that spirit battle was brutal, by the way. Like, even as my main Bowser, I had a hard time with that crap. I couldn't do it with the Joy-Cons either. I had to, like, go switch controllers out while I was recording. That spirit battle was tough. Everything else I was actually able to do as Hero, and I was able to beat Classic Mode in one run as Hero, too. Here I am complaining about how awkward he is to use, and yet I seem to be way better with him than some of the other characters that I've played as. So, who knows? Maybe he's going to be a big secondary character later on. We'll see how it goes, because like there's some secondaries that I have that surprise me, honestly. But yeah, all in all, I think it's pretty decent DLC. I enjoy it a lot, and I enjoy the fact that there's also new spirit battles for me to contend with now that I've, like, you know, put my Nintendo Switch online again for the first time in like forever. We changed routers and I never got my Switch online. Turns out there's like a crap ton more spirit battles. Like, yay, I have every spirit but Mew, but no, we need to do this now too. So, I actually enjoy it. I complain, but I really do enjoy it, so it's fun. But, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. His classic mode is fun. Rathalos is an awesome boss fight. And then you have Large Charizard, which, from what I can tell, I think that might be a reference to the first game, maybe? The final boss in the first game, where he turns into, like, this dragon-like creature. I don't know. Because he's like a mage, and then he turns into, like, this dragon creature, and then you gotta, like, fight him as the dragon and everything like that. So I think it's called Dragon Quest, I believe. I don't know if there's something similar for the final bosses in all the other games, but I know the first game has a final boss like that. I did my research a little bit. Oh, and Hero's Final Smash, like all those other characters. I'm sure Dragon Quest fans love that crap. The only thing I don't like about it is how awkward it looks, because like you can tell what's 2D and what's 3D right away. And I don't think they garnered like 3D models. I think they did 2D animation for everything except for the hero, like the hero that you're playing as when he's doing all that. He's 3D as all hell, and then everything else is like 2D, and it makes it look weird. It's so weird. But that might be a reference to Akira Toriyama's anime too. I don't know. But yeah, that Final Smash is weird, but I recognize the first hero on there. Like I said, I did a little bit of research into Dragon Quest. I do know a bit about the first game, and I do know that what the hero looks like from the first game. He's always in the middle. It's cool. And then I know you have the playable skins, which allows you to be playable with Edric from Dragon Quest 3 or 3 hero, whatever. You also have the person from Dragon Quest 4. Those are the final NES games. And then I know Dragon Quest 11 is the main guy, and then there's the guy from Dragon Quest 7, I think. I'm not sure about him, but he's the guy with the mouse character with him. But I know it's one of the 3D games. I know it came out in like 2000 something. I can't remember. See, I did research and now I can't remember everything because I'm not familiar with the series. But no, it was enjoyable playing as him. I'm glad he's in here. I totally respect the fact that hero from Dragon Quest is in here, and I can't wait to see who else they come up with. There's some rumors that they're going to get Monster Hunter in here, which I wouldn't be shocked, but it's so obvious, I don't think so. There's some rumors that Frisk from Undertale is going to be playable in here, and I'm like, oh, huh, that's kind of weird, actually. There's a lot of characters that are fightable in Undertale, and I think would make fantastic playable characters. Undyne, Metaton. I don't necessarily think Sans would be a great playable character, but Frisk, I could see it, I suppose, but I couldn't see what they would do with the moveset right away. I could see what they would do with Chris from Deltarune, Undertale's alternate reality sequel, but I don't know about Frisk himself. But I'm sure if they can come up with something for Fox, they can come up with something for Frisk. But that's all the Smash stuff that I have to talk about today. But maybe I'll do a series where I give my quick opinions on all the other characters. I won't do it in one video. I learned from my Pokemon video that that's way too long. But yeah, maybe I'll do a quick video here and there talking about my opinions on all the other Smash Brothers characters. That sounds like fun to me, so maybe we'll take a look and see if I can do that real quick. But until then, guys, take care, have a great night, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.